Hi guys, so earlier I had put out a video just real quick letting you know that Tonic had a really great price on these sets here. This is something I picked up a little while back, but they are now in their March Madness sale, so I'll have them linked in the description box, and those are affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So yeah, I bought them at the original pricing, and the March Madness pricing is like half or less than half, which is really great. But today I'm going to work with this guy because obviously it's going to take some time. I'm going to work with the smaller one. It's very similar with the larger one, and when I say small, it's not that small, and the larger one is a big project. It comes out like this size, guys, so it's a really nice sizable gift, or just a little box, or however you want to use it, or gift box, right? And so yeah, so very similar. It has like these little, I don't know how to explain on the inside. They're flat sides. You can also use an insert that helps you make it so that you can open them. So then you can put stuff within this little like reservoir area. You see this where it's kind of curved? Or you can leave it flat like they have it here, or maybe two of them have the little door that opens, or two don't, or all of them do, or all of them don't, or however you want to mix it up. This one has, I believe it's going to have six sides, where this one has the 4 sides as you see here. And so we're going to try this one out today, but the bundle right now has both of them, which is really great. I also want to show you this guy that happens, nope, not this one. That's another item I have, and maybe it'll be in there, but for now I have the trinket box, which I really love. So anyway, that's another one I want to get to. I just kept them all together, like all the different Tonic things that I've picked up myself that I want to get to at some point. This is the stackable tiffin box, and look how cute this is. So there's this one, and then there's the little one that's like a little pyramid. And I think it had sold out at the time, so, or whatever happened, so I was only able to get the one. So I picked up this one, but the bundle is back. So if you're interested in that, again, in my opinion, since I bought these myself, those are great pricing and super cute. So we'll get to this one too, but you can do one layer, you can stack them up. I mean, it's just adorable. Look at that. And the largest die on this one, I will tell you, is 6.7 by 7. So on the other one, we'll talk about when we start working, but it is a larger die, so you want to make sure that your machine can cut that 6.7 inches by 7 inches, okay, this guy. And then they also have this set, which I picked up, I think during Cyber Week, and I think it's about the same pricing. But this one is the dainty, well, this one's called Dainty Dragonfly, but tiered box set, right? So this one has kind of like a diamond shape, and then when you open it up, you have the 2 little layers you can put stuff in, or however. And on the top it has a dragonfly. This one on the top has a butterfly. I was gonna say, I don't think they're interchangeable, and like this one has a square opening, this one has like a diamond opening, you know what I'm saying, where you put the butterfly, or in this one has the flower on top. So this one's a square box, so you can, level it up however you like, keep stacking, do whatever it is, but I think they're generally made to have 2 tiers, as you can see. But if you want to keep stacking them up, people, do different things to make that happen. And then this one, again, this one is the 2 tiers, as you can see, with the little top, and this is a hexagon shape, super cute. And then, like on this one here, they have 2 stacked together that they put together somehow. As you can see here, you just keep going, but you have to do something different with this paper here. All right, let me tell you, the largest die in here is 3.3 by 6.2. So not too big, 3.3 by 6.2 inches. The biggest one, and this one is 5.9 by 2.7 inches. And these should be on the website, the numbers, they usually, or at least you can see the front and back of the packaging, so the information's like right here, 2.4 by 4.8 inches on the biggest die in there, okay? So I just want to show you some of those in case you're interested and kind of want to see what they look like, even though they're still in the packaging. We'll get to those soon. This one, the largest die in here, is 3.2 by 6.3 inches, so 3.2 by 6.3, which is probably this one, but I don't know if this one's any wider, so we'll see about that. And then this one is 3.7 by 10.9. So this one's long though and thinner, right? 3.7 by 10.9. So again, you can run it through twice if you have a machine that cuts something shorter than that. That's usually what I do. And I've shown how to do that in the past in different videos. Basically, you just put your, whatever the sandwich is, let's say here, paper, die, as much of it as you can get, run it through, and then pick it up. Move over the die and the paper, you have it all taped together until the area that you weren't able to cut, put that in, and then run it through, and it'll finish the cut. So And you can do that in the marquee and things like that too. Let's see here. I'm gonna try to open this as neatly as I can. So I will be right back. I think I got it neatly as I can there. Ooh. Okay. Oh, see, so a lot of times, I get samples and things, guys, so my stuff, what I get to see, looks different than what normally people would get. And this, I do like to keep this on here. It does have this little plastic coating, which I totally ripped this tab from, but you can slide that back on and have this on here to protect it. And when you open it up, there's instructions. I hardly ever get to see anything like this. That's so funny because, again, either I have no instructions or sometimes I'll get them emailed, but not really. I usually just kind of have to look and see and figure some things out. So to create your Oriental skylight, and again, sorry, I didn't even say that. These are the Oriental skylight bundle. And you'll need the panels shown. So, of course, the die set. You need 5 of the base, which is interesting, 5 of the base if it's 4-sided. But there's a reason for that, so we will figure that out. You probably need part of it somewhere. Adhere to your base die cut central square as shown. Be sure to fold and crease. All right, we'll see. 4 flaps that are optional. Again, that's if you're making this little pocket area, right? So I'll probably do 2 with the pocket and 2 without, just so we can kind of see what that is or what that entails. And 2 of the lid, the inner base times 6, the lid handle times 1, and then the little flap locks if you're going to use however many. So we'll talk about that once we get there. And yeah, so let me pick out some papers and we will get started. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's what it is. Trim your final base and proceed to adhere the feet to that. That's why. You just need this portion of that 5th base piece. Aw. Okay, I'll be right back. I just chose some colors. They're a little springy, kind of fun, kind of unexpected with like this minty color. So I have some scraps that I've used before, so I'll use those if I can. So I have Fuchsia Pink Classic Card, which is like a 216 GSM paper. I have Fresh Mint, which is pearlescent card, and Blushing Pink, which is one of my favorites, and hopefully I think I have enough. And I have some over here. And I'll let you guys know how much paper it ends up using. These aren't like the biggest pieces, but I am going to cut like our base pieces first before anything. So I think I'm going to use the Blushing Pink for the actual bases. So I'm going to do 5 for that. And then the inner base, of course, we need 6 of those. Sorry, I was just reading off of here, but I just don't see why you need 6 of this. I think that's a misprint because the other one's a hexagon, has 6 sides. So let's say 4. Okay, I'm gonna do 4. I just don't see why else what you would do with the 6th one, 5th and 6th. So let me just cut those 2 bases right now. That's all I care to do at the moment to get them going. So I'm gonna do this one. And then, I don't know if you can see, I didn't go through like everything, so I just started looking at the construction of it. But this is for your lid. This is the little feet. This is part of the flap kind of construction. We'll talk about that in a minute when we get there. These are the inner parts, the outer portions, right, out here. And then this is the box lid, which is super cool because you only need the 2 pieces, and then you add in your little, you know, pull tab thing on the top, the little knob. But it just all crunches up into itself and it works really well. So it reminds me kind of the Magnificent Mortis box, the way that one did on the sides. That's what that reminds me of. Anyway, so we're going to take this guy, and then there's inlays and all that kind of fun stuff and everything else that they do. So I'm going to try to get this off of here. I don't know if it's... Okay, I couldn't tell. I'm like, is it foam or is it just tape? There's tape on here. So I need, again, 5 of these, and basically on the 5th one you only need this bottom square, so if you don't want to use it and waste all this area, what I would do is like just take a little piece of paper like that and get that going so you don't cut the whole thing. So I'm going to cut 4 full ones, and then for the 5th one just that little piece of square, okay? And on these, again, just 4 of these, and I'll be right back. So I would say it probably takes 2 full sheets because you guys saw I had that scrap and then I used one other sheet. And then I had to cut in to a 3rd sheet to get these parts. 1 more of these and this guy. And I think 1 more. So probably 2 full sheets, maybe a little bit extra, you know. This one is the one I just need the base, so that's why it's cut kind of crooked. And of course I'll save this because maybe later I'll need something that small. And I'll put this to the side. So those are those. Oh, you know what? Actually, I shouldn't put everything away quite yet because I do want to do the flap thing on a couple of them. Or at least one of them to show you what that does. But let's get this. And basically we're just going to trim this at the score line there. I'm using scissors. If you want to use a guillotine or something like that so it's more exact, please do. I might have to trim that a little bit better. I have a little notch there. So those are the pieces we need there. It says, adhere to your base die cut central square as shown. Be sure to fold and crease each section before moving on. So, I'm going to take a moment to do that. Get some glue ready. And, you know, when your die cuts in, this is going to be the inside of the box. Actually, it looks really great on both sides. But I'm going to go ahead and score it right now. I don't know. I think this is going to go up like this, actually, because of the way it kind of curves up and then the lid goes on there. So I'm just going to kind of make sure to have that curved. I'm going to go ahead and score them all so that this is going in and this is going out. I'm just giving it a little bit of a curve just to start off. But we're going to glue two of them together like this. And then I'll do the same thing with these guys and glue those two together, okay? So I'm just going to put glue right up to the edges. I really want this to stay and look nice, of course. And you can kind of do like a little something like that. Just get that glue spread out. And just making sure everything's nice and even, looking good. I'll do the same thing for this other pair. Guys, and while I'm just, you know, here holding on to this, and this is what ends up happening. That's how I end up getting glue on things, because it comes out and then it gets on here and then you'll see it later. Since I'm sitting here holding this together, I might as well go ahead and put our glue all in there and lay this one in the other direction. Now, I always do my matte layers when I'm done, but if you like to do that first, you could have already put your matte layers and had everything ready to go. You know what's so funny? That this paper is so nice and it cuts so nicely that I thought this was the right side. I'm like, oh no, but no, it's just the back side of it. It just looks really good. So that's nice. So again, I'm just going to make sure everything's kind of in a good way here. I'm going to hold that down till it's set up. And I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so much fun because you can do as little or as much as you like as always. I just want to, I'm going to make a little flap, the little latch thing on two of these just to make it symmetrical, right? So we have these guys, and basically if you want to do that, you're going to take your little flap die, and I suppose you can put this wherever you want. It looks like they centered it in the images. Why am I getting this all over? So I just want to show you this. You have this bottom score line, right? And so this should be this way because it's going to score here and it opens up like this, right? So you want it to be like this or something like that. So I'm just going to place that there. And I'm totally eyeballing this. If you want to actually measure it so you know where it is and then place it in the same spot for the second one or the third and fourth ones, you know, go for it. But I'm just going to run that through, and I'll run this one through too. So it's the same. I do want to mention, you could have placed this when you were cutting the larger die too, just to do all in one fell swoop. It's just, you know, I wasn't planning on it. I didn't know if I was going to do one or two or whatever it is. So this could have all been done with that die. Place this one, run it all through, and it's all done. But look at that. It makes a little flap. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm sorry about the glare, but that's just how it is with this. I just want to make sure I'm looking at this right. Yeah, okay. So for these guys, I should have removed that already. For all these pieces here, what we're going to do is score them in a way that these are going to come in here, right? So these pieces on the side are going to be folded back. And I probably will take a moment to really score these because I want them to be like real crisp. And this is pearlescent paper, so we want to be kind of careful with it. And then these pieces, now you're going to curve them in, or at least I would. It says there that you can glue them facing in or you can glue them facing out, but you know, whatever it is that you prefer to do. I think they look obviously neater if they're in like this, right? Than if they were sticking out up here, but you know, you do you. Whatever you like, whatever is easy for you. I'm going to bend that and bend that. And also kind of give these a little bit of a score in the center. If you want to cut that, just snip it. Maybe it'll help you also get this nice and curved because basically we're going to attach these in here. So you're going to end up gluing this here, that little tab, and then all these pieces here. And it's like, boom. You see that? Like, that construction is so pretty. And basically I'm going to do them all that way, so I'll be right back. I'm just going to score them all up. Okay, so I have those ready. This, again, is the base that we're going to put our little feet on, so that's just going to put it to the side. Now, I'm going to put, you know, some over here and some over there. So these two that are the same, I'll have them across from each other, and then these two guys I'll have across from each other. So I went ahead and scored, you know, really well. And when I go to glue this down, I think the smartest thing to do is kind of open this up a little bit so that you're giving yourself some resistance so that it pushes back against there. Now this will be the easiest part to do because, or to look at, because it's right here. I like wet glues because they will not come apart unless you rip it. But if you want to use like a runner adhesive type, you know, that's up to you. I'm just placing it right on that side of that little, basically on the opposite side of the score line, right, of where this little square is. And I just want to make sure that that's nice and straight. And I'm going to take the time to just sit here and hold it for a little bit. And I'm going to do the same thing for each one, so I'll show you this one clearly, and then we'll go from there. And what I like to do whenever I have something like a tab, like sometimes when you make a frame or something like that and you're kind of working with it and the tab is underneath where you can't really reach it, you know, what I like to do with these is kind of pull them out so that they're pushing against the paper instead of tucking them all the way in that they're barely even touching the paper. So I kind of give them a little bit of a, just a little bit of an out. This one I'm kind of curving a little bit out, you know, so when it touches the paper, it pushes in instead of being so tucked in that it's not even making contact with the paper. So I'm going to wait for this to set up pretty well before I move on to adhering this last part. And then this is what's going to keep it nice and taut for you. This, when it gets up here, this guy is going to be holding it at the very top. So I'll be back. Okay, guys, I think I'm ready. So let's just look at this. So as you're putting it, it has that curve. You're going to bring this up and around. And as much as curved as it is, the way you're going to know that is basically from how this attaches to itself, right? So if you're holding this top part, I would just kind of hold on to these sides and keep it together, right? Hopefully that makes sense. So let's get that part done. So as far as this whole box, I think that's probably just the trickiest, but it's not tricky. It's just you're going to hold it. Again, with, you know, dry adhesives, they'll hold on faster. I just like this kind of thing. So I'm going to hold this a little bit. I'm kind of pushing in on these sides. Ooh, hello. This whole top part, that's our saving grace here that's going to hold it all together for us. So we make sure we put a lot of glue on that. Okay, so I have glue on my tabs. It's kind of out a little bit. I don't know if you can see the way it's kind of spread out. Not too much. I'm trying to see exactly where I need to go before I really give it a squish or anything else. So I'm going to have these two guys adhere, touch meet at the top here, and that'll help me know kind of where this needs to be. So I'm kind of pushing them in a little bit. It looks like they should be pretty much, what's the word? Like flush, you know what I'm saying? Like push straight back, not out, not flared in, not flared out, or not in too much. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and as I'm holding this top part, because again, I'm using a wet glue, I'm going to take a look at the sides and kind of just, you know, massage it from the outside, because that's where you can kind of push and get that resistance so that you make sure your tabs touch. But honestly, even if those tabs aren't really touching, this is holding it together and the very base is holding it together, so it'll work out either way. Again, do you like decorating these before you put them together? I usually do it afterwards. But look at that. I mean, I'm pretty much done with that. And that's it. And I'll do the rest of them exactly the same way. I'm going to come in, put some glue. You know, just let it sit up for a little bit. Put my glue, bring this guy up, hold on, and go from there. Okay? So I just want to make sure you guys know this is pretty much just flush. It's not pushed in like this. It's not flared out like this. But I guess if you wanted to, I think it'll probably interfere though if you try to close it up and they're flared out, you know. Okay, so I'm going to go around and do all the four sides. I'm getting ahead of myself, of course, because I was like, oh, I can put these down, then I'll just come back around and finish it up. So I have two of these going, but it's so funny just to see it working already. Look at that. And that's pretty much the center. So you can fill it up with like little candies or whatever it is that you want to put in there, monies. I think a gift card would fit in there if it's like sideways. Let me see. Yeah, for sure. Put a gift card in there. Ooh, I almost lost this hair dye. Let's put this back over here. But yeah, so I'm just going to continue and just put it on. And it's really easy because once you get this and this, it's like, I'm not even massaging the back anymore, to be honest. I think the glue probably holds on. And then with this one, since you have that little flap, you can kind of poke in there and make sure it's touching, but I didn't try to massage it that much, and it's really holding on in there. Another thing I would say, if you're going to do the little flap and you want this panel to be decorative, maybe do it all at once. You know, go ahead and adhere your decorative panel, then put the flap and then run it through for the die cutting. I don't know. We'll see, but we do have that little... if you're going to do that, you want to think about it, right? Okay, I'll be back. Hey guys, look at this. How cute is that? I mean, you don't even have to have the little footstool on there if you don't want to, but I mean, I'm just trying to see about... It is about 4 inches tall and maybe 3.5 inches wide-ish. It's kind of hard to tell because of the way it's like bulbous. And then this very top part, let's see. It was like a 2-inch square up here, so that kind of gives you an idea of the diameter in here. 2-inch square, then, you know, 4 inches deep in there. Look at... It feels so nice. How cute. I'm telling you, I was like, when I saw it, I thought, oh, I have to get that. So I've had it for a minute here, but let's see what else we have. So in the die set, of course, we need to make our top, and then we have, you know, all these pretty pieces. So that's what I'm saying. If you're going to decorate the inside with this panel, because you know, that's what it's for, because on the outside we just need this panel. I probably would have looked at this and maybe stuck it down and then ran it through, you know, after it's all stuck down. Does that make sense? Or, you know, like I said, measure it, and now if you want to put that on there, or don't decorate that panel, or whatever it is that you want to do. But I'm going to keep this here. I don't think I'm going to decorate the inside today, because I wanted to kind of show you guys the basic construction, and maybe on the next one we'll do it all out, right? Okay, so, you know, for me, I wanted to like start decorating it because this is so cute, but okay, we'll put that to the side for now. We'll make the lid and then we'll get all the panels in at once. I think that'll probably be the best way to do it. So we already did all this, and adhere the lid handle as shown below, which is so cute. This little guy right here is the lid handle. Ah, okay, so we just need one of this. Of course, I'm going to take these guys off, but one of this, and again, that's kind of why I kept my scraps, because if I was able to get something like that from it, there we go, perfect. And then these are the little feet. You're going to need 4 of those, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. This is the lid itself, so let me get that, and we need 2 of this one. Pop that guy off. And so we need 2 of this one. So I'm just going to see, like, this scrap is probably too small, but maybe I'll use it later. Ooh, just shy. That's okay. So I'm going to grab another piece of paper and then get 2 of these on there, and I'll be right back. Almost. The other one was just a little small, so that's okay. All right, we'll put that there. We'll get this guy here. And so now we're going to work on the lid part. Actually, I guess I can pop this back on here. Okay. I'm going to take this guy down. I think I took the stickiness off of it, and I don't want him to fall off when I open this. And so, of course, this guy is pretty simple. This is, you know, where the die kind of came in on there. Let me get a little bit closer. I don't know if that helps at all, but we're just going to fold these guys in. And if you want to score with a scoring tool, of course, go for it. And this guy is actually going to go out, but we're going to leave it for right now. I mean, we can train it, but we're going to pop this in here, and that's basically what's going to keep it. So a little bit out, and then all the other tabs, just like any other tab you create, in. And let's go ahead and glue this little guy together. And I'm just going to put glue on each and every tab. Bring it over and hold it down, and on the last tab I'm just gonna, you know, hold it from the outside. Also, this little bit's going into this area is gonna help it stay together, so I'm not super concerned. And what I mean by the last one is, like, by the time you come around, they're all gonna be here, and you just have these little tabs that you need to glue together. But look how cute. Okay, I'll glue all the glue tabs, so glue here, glue at the other tabs like I just showed you, and hold them together. And again, give them a little flex out so that when they touch the paper, it'll want to, like, push against it. Hope that makes sense. Actually, I'll just do it right now. Actually, we'll just do it right now. There we go. So this guy goes tucked in, and that guy, see how it's kind of flared out? It'll want it to make contact. And yeah, I'm just going to hold that till it's all set up. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to put a little top to the side. And then this guy here, it says, using adhesive, attach the lid and the lid handle together as shown below. And then you're going to do all these fun things. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the scoring right now. So basically this is gonna score down. Clearly this little tab is gonna go and touch this side, right? So the tab. And then it's gonna go out, right, from here. And these guys are gonna go in. So basically just, you know, accordion, in, out, or whatever it was. In here. And then these bits are gonna wanna tuck together here. Hopefully you can see that. Not quite yet, but we're almost there. So, fold it down away from you, up towards you, away from you, and then this one is gonna go out again. So something like this ends up being kind of cute like that. So that's one of them, right? And then it says to go ahead and add it in. So if I was to add this in right now, and then where's the other one? The other one's gonna go underneath. Oh, that's smart. Okay, let me score this one up and then we'll put it together, because I was kind of talking it through. But if you just want to do this on your, you know, you're just going back and forth, and I'm using my surface to help me with that. And that's basically it. So why they're saying this to put this one in is because you're going to pop this in. I'm just going to push it through. And then the next one, when you layer this guy in, it'll cover that up. It'll kind of enclose this, which is really nice. It's going to be really nice and sturdy. At least that's how I'm interpreting that. So let's go ahead and pop this in here. And I'm going to hold that down for a second. That looks really nice. So I'm going to hold these tabs until they stay. And then when that's done staying, I will move over to the other 2 tabs and hold them down. Okay, let's see, like that's not quite ready. And I will be right back. Well, I still have this and it's pretty much ready. Now that's how I'm interpreting it. If you want to put those 2 together and then do this, you know, whatever is easiest, as I always recommend. So I'm going to take this guy, and again I'm going to pop it on here. So to me that's how, you know, because that's holding that in. I don't know. That's how I think it looks best. And it's going to keep it really nice and sturdy. Just going to check the other side, make sure everything's squared up. That's looking good. Foldable. Alright. I'm going to let this set up and I'll be right back. Cool. Okay guys. So, probably still a little bit wet, but I'm just going to move on. So, we're going to do, so all these little tabs, that tab is going to touch here. Same for everyone. That tab's going to touch there. This tab is going to go in here. And then this tab. Now, I don't know if you want to work on them one at a time like that, or, you know, one space at a time. Like, okay, I'm going to do these tabs all around. And I'm going to do these tabs all around. And then I'm going to do these. So, I don't know, however you want to do it. What I am going to do, though, is actually hold this one down first, just to make sure everything's good and squared up. See, just like that. Without worrying about holding on to this area yet. So, I'm going to hold this, and then I'll move on to these guys. In each area. So I'm going to finish this one up and then I'll move on. But for now I'm going to hold on to this until it's set up. Okay, right now that it's setting up pretty well, what I'm going to do is go ahead and put some adhesive on these bits. So on this tab and this tab, and just bring those down so these points are meeting. And I'm just have my finger inside of here, kind of pushing back against the tabs so that they're holding, making good contact. And when that sets up, you know, wants to stick a little better, then I'll just put some glue here and then hold this, right? And that side is done, or corner, I guess it's a corner. And I'll do the same thing for all the different corners, and I'll be right back. I'll check in. I'm just going around and around, and this last bit I did these 2 first, and then I'm just gonna connect these guys. So almost done. But again, I'm using a wet glue and also pearlescent paper, which doesn't absorb the glue like classic cardstock would, or cardstock that's not coated would, right? So so that's that. Again, I'll put little glue on these 2, and I'll probably do them at the same time because they kind of want to go in together at the same time. And then I'll glue these last 2 tabs. Okay guys, it might still be a little bit wet here and there, but I'm just looking at the bottom, kind of squaring it up while it still has a little flexibility to it. Okay, so that is our lid. Again, when you want to decorate it before or after, I always do things afterwards, it seems like. So let's bring this guy up. and hold them together. And it looks like a square. I don't know. Seems like a square, right? So let's put this in here. Bring it over. Oh my gosh. Now again, we do have other pieces that we can decorate with. Look at that. You guys, it looks like a big perfume bottle. So cute. Okay, so let's open this up. Now, you know, in the images here, I mean, we could have done the top a different color. I was just keeping it all the same base color and going from there. Again, we did the basic construction. We're pretty much done with that. So if you want to add feet to it, we have this piece, and then you're just going to cut these little guys. I don't know that I want to add feet to it. If I do, I will, you know, add it in at the end here. But it's basically this piece here, and you're going to run it through, grab 4 of them, and you know what, I better do it just so you guys have an idea. So I'll be right back. I'm going to run 4 of these through. Just pop those 4 through real quick. And all you're going to do is, hopefully I can find my little square. Where you guys knew where I placed it. It was inside the book, right? So this is the nice side. I'm going to have that facing up because I was just going to glue here. So that the nice side is just facing down. And you're going to take these little guys and just fold them right in half. Score them right down like this. And in each square, again, nice side facing, I'm going to glue it right down there. And I'll do that for all the corners. I think it would be really cute because I'm using that mint green accent color. I could have done this base with the little mint green feet. How cute. But then I thought, well, I should just do the mint green base. But then, no, you can still do mint green feet with the pink base. Now that I think about it. Oh well. All right. So just butting up to the very corners. And we'll do that all around. Now, if you wanted to, I suppose you can put it on the inside. Let me show you what I mean. Lots of ways to construct these things, guys. Whatever you think looks best or if you feel most comfortable with. If you want to put glue on these undersides, glue it here. All right, now you have the glue. It's glued on from down up there. So it looks different. It actually looks a little more finished. And then when you glue this on, you glue them on. And it just comes out from underneath. However you want to do it. Okay, I will be back. I'm going to glue all 4 corners on. Okay, and that's my last one. So cute. I'm not sure if I'm going to glue this on yet because, you know, we're going to put our panels on the outside. And I don't know if this is best, you know, adhered at the end. How cute. So it gives that little height. So funny. Okay, so I'll put that there. One last thing I'm going to show you is to make the latch. If you want to make the latches, obviously if you cut this in, you're going to want the latches there. So I'm just going to take this guy. Now, interestingly enough, on the instructions, they just say place feet onto your skylight. Once adhered, you're ready to decorate your skylight. Use the flap. So I'm going to put my feet on at the end, but use the flap locks on the inside of the skylight to secure your secret compartments. But it doesn't have. It just ends there. So I'm going to take these guys and I'll show you how to do this. Pretty simple mechanism. This is going to be glued there. These 2 little pieces, we're going to put them together. And then this guy's just going to stick on there. So I'm wondering if I should do these in a fun color. You know, I'll do these in gold just to bring some gold in. I don't know. I was thinking the minty green would be good too. But I'm going to cut these out of some gold paper and I'll be right back. It's going to be so cute. And super simple. It's just, if you're familiar with Tonic and other latches they've made, I love their paper clip, like little latchy thing, because you just build it up and then it makes it so it has a space that you latch like down and up, you know? So smart. Or like paper brad, basically, is what it is. So we have these pieces. So these guys are going to go on here, and then it's going to latch up here. So what you're going to do is with these 2, they cut at the same time, we're going to glue these together. I love this kind of thing. I was even thinking about doing a swap of like boxes, but who knows, because, you know, they're different sizes and then, you know, have little treats inside. I don't know, but I would hate to say, oh, you have to have this certain box for it, you know. But anyway, so we have these 2 guys. I just scored them. We're going to glue them together. And that just gives you a nice reinforcement of that. And then this is going to be glued to your base. So if you had already decorated this too, you know, with whatever it is, you want to coordinate it with that. However, I'm going to hold this one and I'm going to do the other one the same way and I'll be right back. So I'm holding this one. Probably can still keep holding it, but that's okay. And let's bring this over. So the easiest thing to do, in my opinion, is to glue this on and then place this, or place this, and then glue this in accordance to that, you know what I'm saying? So that way you don't have to match it up, you don't even have to think about it. It's just like, oh, okay, that one's there, I'm just gonna glue it here, right? So either way, however you wanna do this, is up to you. So let me grab my little flap. I kind of pushed him back in. So once it goes in, it's a little bit, you gotta bring it back out this way. And I just think it needs to be like there, right? I'm putting a good amount of glue, and I'm just gonna glue that down. So however, like I said, however you wanna do this to make it work for you. If it's matching up the latch to this, this to that, however it is. I'm gonna let that set up, and I'm gonna do the other side the same way, and I'll be right back. So again, this is just how I'm doing it. It's quite possible this latch can go up there, and this part goes down here, and however you wanna work it, you know, whatever works. But I'm gonna plop this in here, and kind of see how that works. Looks good. So I'm just gonna pop it in there. I'm gonna put some glue on the back of this, and that's how I'm doing it. And again, I'm sure there's lots of ways to do this. And maybe, like I said, maybe I have it upside down. I don't know. It looked good to me, so I'm good with it. Alright. So I'm just going to hold that down. I'm not trying to glue these together. I put the glue on just this white part. Okay, I didn't try to glue them together. In fact, if you want, I'll just take that off so you can see what I did. Now, if you want, you can put, again, the little latch part here and put this up at the top. Whatever it is you want to do. This is just the way I came up with right now. And I'm gonna let that set up, and now it holds it. And then I'll do the same thing with the other side. Okay, guys. So, pop that in there. Little latch. I'm gonna use this one since it's drier. And you can pop in whatever little treats or little things that you want to put in there. So cute. And again, you don't have to do it at all, but that's one of the options. Just want to show you. And so we're going to make our side pieces, so let me clean up a little bit and I will be right back. Like I said, I just want to have fun with like this minty color and this pink, so I'm just going to put the outside panels, and you know, do you want just 2 of them to be decorative? Do you want all of them to be decorative? Do you want to just have it just pink or whatever color, you know, your base is? I mean, there's so many ways to play with this. So I am going to, of course, use my inlays. So what I'm going to do is cut this one just from green. So I'm going to do 4 of these just from the mint paper. And then from the fuchsia, whew, I'm going to get this out. So pretty. Oh my gosh. And 4 of these, right, with the inlay. And of course you tape those down so they don't move. And then anything I want for the little top for this guy. So we have this piece here, just like the mortise box. I don't know if you remember, you had this piece and you can put 4 of them together and go around the edge if you wanted to. I think I did a pretty good job. That's going to help you make it look more finished and clean it up, but I think I like the way it came out, so I'm not going to mess with that at all. We do have these pieces. I don't know if these are exactly the same size, or, you know what I'm saying? They might have just given you 2 so you can do it quicker. Oh, they're slightly different. So either way, I'm going to make them the same, but the die that's up here is definitely for this top spot, and then the die that's down here is definitely for this bottom spot. And, you know, we have inlays if you want to pop those in. So again, combinations of those, or however I end up doing it, I will be right back. Okay guys, we have our pieces here. I just did the side pieces for now. I haven't done the top parts. I am going to glue these together. And since, I mean, they're just one from the other, they're just going to stick down like that. And let's get that glued in. So this one does have a lot of fine features there, so what I'm going to do is go around the edges, make sure those are really well done. And then put quite a bit of glue on the back of my hand and go through and just kind of push in there, making sure each little area has some glue on it. And I'll pop this on here, and I'll do the same thing with all 4. So I'll hold it down for a good while. Look at that, so pretty. I don't see the mintiness of that. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, and for this one I'm just going to do the top. I glued these on yet. I just have them over here ready to go. So pretty. And I was thinking about doing just tone on tone, like just the insert, the inlay, and this die with the same pink paper, but this is so bright I wanted to bring that up, so we are going to do that. I love the way everything just falls out of this little die. Look at that. Okay, I just have a couple more to roll out, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so we can pop these up if you wanted to have a little dimension. I'm going to glue these down since my little lid's right here first up. So I'm just going to glue these guys on and go from there. Now that I know a little more, next time I'm going to put a gold knob. I think that'd be really cute with the gold, and then it'll match the gold latch on the inside, you know? A little different. Okay, so I'm going to go around and just apply these on these edges, just on the top. I didn't do anything for the bottom one. I'm just going to leave it that way. Okay, there's a little decoration on the top. And then with these guys, I think they go up like this. That's what it looks like. I'm going to take a moment and just give them a little bit of a curl. Usually I do that when they're still wet, but this is fine. Just to give them a little bit of a zhuzh so it knows that that's what we're doing. And I'm going to glue them down completely. If you want to put dimension on this, you can also do that. I would just suggest putting some wet glue also, like on a dimensional, and then put the wet glue, because you want it to stay for the long haul. And so I'm just going to hold that down. Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. And of course you can paper piece if you would like. You know, we have these beautiful like peony type flowers in here. But I'm just going to hold that on. And once I think it's set up, I'll move on to the next one, the next one, the next one. Oh my goodness, you guys. I just love their boxes, their containers. I still have, like, whenever I make examples of things, I keep them because sometimes, you know, I'll do other things with them, but these are the ones I super hold on to, and I have them just kind of in front of me to look at because they're so pretty. So excuse me, this is gonna be definitely one of those. Look how beautiful this is. Actually, I'll probably give this as a gift. Oh, maybe Miranda's teacher, but and Miranda of course takes them from me, and she has cute little things in her desk, her vanity up in her room that she keeps there. But I mean, oh my gosh. So as I put these down, I just kind of held on to the very edges just because I wanted those corners to stay really down really well. Just held it like this until, you know, my wet glue is ready to go, and I went to the next one. You can see like the pearlescent look coming through, and then the pink paper is also pearlescent. Then we have these little bits here. Again, whatever you like. Next time, you know, I'm gonna put a gold knob if you want to make like a little something and put a dangle on it. Oh, I mean, this is just, oh, and I totally haven't even put my little feet on. Oh my goodness. Cute. Okay. So again, I mean, it looks great both ways without them. With them, if you want to put those on there, I'm probably going to put them on because why not? But I mean, it looks really great like this too. And then you open it up, and whatever little treats you might have in there, they're ready to go. They're just going to fall out. Again, you can decorate these. We have the inlays for that. And then we have our little latches, again, the way I did it, but you know, do it however you like. And pop some other fun things in there. How does that just go right back? That is so funny. That one just right back. So yeah, so just really pretty. Again, if we're going to put on our little feet, I'm just going to add some glue here and add this on. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. I know I had promised that I'd be making these reviews, tutorials on these guys, so we got that going, and then I'll come back with the big boy. Oh man. That larger one is really nice. It's a nice size. So, alright guys, I'm going to pop this on here. I'll have some images for you as best as I can get them. And the link's in the description box. Again, I mean, I paid twice as much. I mean, they're a super great price. Hopefully they're still available. Alright guys, I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.